In the ancient land of Israel, amidst the hills of Ephraim and the quaint town of Bethlehem, a tale of betrayal, bravery, and tragedy unfolds, a story that would leave an indelible mark on the tribes of Israel. Welcome to St. Jerry's Devotion's dramatic retelling of a biblical saga that mirrors the complexity of human nature and the struggles of our own lives. Once, in a time when Israel had no king, lived a Levite from the remote hills of Ephraim. His name was not mentioned, but his story would echo through history. He had taken a concubine from Bethlehem in Judah, a woman who, despite the sanctity of their union, proved unfaithful. She left him, retreating to her parents' home in Bethlehem, a move that would set the stage for a journey of heartache and determination. 4 months later, the Levite set out to retrieve his concubine, guided by a mixture of hope and desperation. He traveled with his servants and to donkeys, bearing gifts and a plea for reconciliation. Little did he know, his journey would soon become a grueling test of faith and endurance. Upon arrival, the Levite was welcomed by his father-in-law with open arms. For 3 days, he enjoyed hospitality, but time was not on his side. The father-in-law, eager to delay the departure, urged him to stay longer, insisting on one more meal, one more night. The Levite, sensing the urgency of his return, reluctantly complied.
"Now, look, the day is drawing toward evening. Please spend the night. See, the day is coming to an end. Lodge here, and let your heart be merry."
Despite the father-in-law's insistence, the Levite and his concubine prepared to leave the next morning, driven by a sense of urgency that would soon become evident. On the 5th day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the Levite set out toward Gibeah. With his concubine and servant, he sought refuge in a city known for its hospitality. But as night fell, they found themselves abandoned, left to spend the night in the city square. It was in this forsaken city that darkness descended upon them. An old man from Ephraim, living among the Benjamites, took them in, offering shelter. Little did they know, this act of kindness would be marred by unspeakable horror. As the Levite and his party enjoyed their meal, a mob of wicked men surrounded the house. Their demands were horrifying. They sought the Levite, intending to commit unspeakable acts. Behold, the men of the city, even the men of Gibeah, beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and they spoke to the master of the house, the old man, saying, "Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him." In a desperate attempt to protect his guest, the old man offered his own daughter, and the Levite's concubine instead.
"Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vow a thing."
In a cruel twist, the concubine was cast out into the night. The brutality inflicted upon her was a stark reflection of the moral decay within the city. By dawn, she returned to the old man's house, lifeless, a grim symbol of the night's atrocities. In the cold light of dawn, the Levite's heart shattered as he found his concubine lifeless at the doorstep. With heavy heart, he returned to Ephraim, and in an act of grim justice, he dismembered her body, sending pieces to all the tribes of Israel. The message was clear: such depravity could not go unpunished. And it was so, that all that saw it said, "There was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt unto this day. Consider of it, take advice, and speak your minds." The outcry was immense. From Dan to Beersheba, the tribes of Israel assembled in Mitzpah. They were united by a common cause: to seek justice for the heinous crime committed in Gibeah. The Levites' tale had ignited a fire of collective resolve. The battle that followed was fierce and brutal. The Israelites, driven by a desire for retribution, fought against the Benjamites who had refused to surrender the guilty. 4 days, the struggle was grueling, and the bloodshed immense. In the aftermath, the land lay in ruins, and the survivors of Benjamin were left to ponder their fate. The Israelites had triumphed, but at a great cost. The tribe of Benjamin faced near extinction, a stark reminder of the consequences of moral decay and internal strife. With the tribe of Benjamin on the brink of extinction, the Israelites sought to rectify their oath. The solution was both unconventional and controversial, abducting young women from Shiloh to provide wives for the Benjamite survivors. And they said, "Behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon." The plan unfolded as a dramatic, yet heartbreaking solution. The Benjamite men abducted the women during a festival, an act that would later be seen as both a desperate measure and a poignant reminder of the cost of civil discord. As the dust settled, the tribes of Israel faced the aftermath of their actions. The tribe of Benjamin was restored, but the scars of the conflict remained. The story of this turbulent time served as a solemn reminder of the dangers of moral decay and internal division. And so, the story of the Levite, his concubine, and the tribe of Benjamin came to a close. It was a tale of violence and retribution, but also of resilience and the quest for justice. Through this harrowing chapter, we find echoes of our own struggles and the enduring quest for righteousness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most dramatic and profound stories of the Bible. If you found this tale as compelling as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to St. Jerry's Devotions for more stories that inspire and engage. Until next time, may we find wisdom in the trials of the past and strength for the future.